Overwatch Apex Season 2, energized by Hot 6 Round Robin. Today's matchup, Lunatic-Hai, Afreeca Freecs Red.
All right, well, you heard the roar of the crowd, and that can only mean one thing, Achilleos. Lunatic-Hai is in the studio. They're going to be taking on Afreeca Red, and this should be a pretty sick best of 5. Lunatic-Hai, a quarterfinal team from last season. They actually won their group, which included Envious, Conbox, and Mighty Storm, and now here they are in their first best of 5 of Apex Season 2. Should be a good one. Afreeca Freecs, great team coming out of the promotions.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you just saw him right there on your screen. Toon, really excellent DPS player, whether it's the Tracer, whether it's the McCree. He is definitely going to be one of the big ones to keep our eyes on the side of Afreeca Freecs Red. But do have that really massive opponent, Lunatic-Hai. You can hear the roars of the crowd. I don't think I've seen this many signs in the studio in quite some time, not since the Telecom War, Doa. So a lot of Lunatic-Hai fans. You'll be pretty certain that we're going to be getting those them up on screen in just a little bit here to show off just how many fans they really do have.
Well, the place is always packed with Lunatic-Hai, and I mean, they were so much fun to watch last season, such an aggressive team, and now there have been some changes. Of course, Zunba, the player that played with so well with the guys from Lunatic-Hai at the Overwatch World Cup at BlizzCon last year, has joined the team officially. They're going to start him today, so we're going to have the Zunba-Mira combo again, which is really exciting to a lot of people, me included. So we'll see what happens. I mean, again, it's these early matches in the season. It's kind of hard to predict, but Lunatic-Hai certainly coming into this one on fire. And man, again, that crowd, they love these guys.
Yeah, I mean, they're showing some of the other players up on the screen there on the Korean side of things. That's why you hear that massive cheer. Unfortunately, we don't get that feed. They want to keep us out of the loop here, Doa.
We could have just said they were showing pictures of us.
Oh, that's true.
That's what we meant to say. They were showing pictures of us.
Missed opportunity.
And the crowd cheered.
Would be nice. One of these days.
Sure.
One of these days we'll hit that status, Doa. But for now, we are just lowly plat and diamond players.
Yeah. Well, thanks for inflating my rank to plat. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm trying to help you out, man.
I was, that's a whole different story. Never mind. My play's terrible. We're going to watch good players play, which should be fun. Afreeca Freecs Red, filled with good players. Toon, a fantastic DPS player as well. I mentioned Quartermain before the break, a really good Lucio player. And they also have Lagerman, who, we just saw Hoon, a strong Zarya player. I feel like Lagerman can be in that category as well. But let's take a look at Lunatic-Hai first.
루나틱하이의 메인 힐러를 맡고 있는 톱이라고 합니다. 저희는 세계 랭킹 12, 아시아권 1위로 에이펙스 8강까지 갔고 IM 대회에서 준우승했습니다.
정말 완벽한 궁배분, 궁카운터.
끝까지 다
이러면
대한민국 최강의 팀 바로 루나틱하이.
푸아요 선수랑 줌바 선수가 새로 들어왔는데 좀 더 안정적으로 됐다고 해야 되나? 좀 다양한 픽을 이제 보여줄 수 있게 된 것 같아요. 푸아요 선수 같은 경우에는 겐지를 일단 굉장히 잘 다루고요. 줌바, 자리야 그 자체.
컴박스 K6도 이번에 수비
걷었어요?
많이
네,
있어요.
여기 와.
자, 중력 퍼센트.
야,
역시
진짜.
줌바.
좋은 모습 보여줄 수 있을 거라고 저희는 기대하고 있습니다. 저희 팀은 그래도 알고 지낸 지 굉장히 오래됐기 때문에 분위기가 굉장히 좋아요. 싸운 적도 단 한 번도 없고 그냥 서로 이해해 주려고 노력하기 때문에 이제 새로 들어온 2명의 선수도 저희한테 맞춰서 잘 적응해 나가고 있는 것 같아요. 저희가 아무래도 1시즌 때는 8강에서 아쉽게 탈락하는 바람에 저희끼리도 많이 아쉬웠는데 이번 시즌은 더욱더 열심히 해서 꼭 우승하도록 하겠습니다. 항상 저희를 응원해 주시는 팬들께 좋은 경기로 보답할 수 있도록 열심히 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
And there they are on your screen right there. Who are you? One of the new additions here along with Zunba. Today it looks like Dean and Eska will be taking a break in the booth. And Ryu Jae-hong, one of the best Ana players, if not the best Ana player in the entire world.
I think we have to give him that title.
I think so too. This team is filled with stars. Taejun, of course, Lee Taejun, a player known initially for his Genji skills, now mostly plays a Roadhog. Can be a little bit up and down, you know, maybe the weakest link on this team, but still a player to be respected, and that is a pretty massive roster for these guys. But they've got some interesting choices to make, and the big question about this today is, how is Who Are You going to do? Because we know Zunba's a great tank. Who Are You is coming in here, pretty big shoes to fill in terms of replacing Eska, a fantastic hit scan player. So I'm going to be watching that guy really close.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention, not only is he just coming in on the roster, you know, brand new replacing Eska, but he's coming in and he's going to be shot calling for this team. So that's going to be a lot of pressure on him as you see him sitting right up there on the captain's stand, I guess we could kind of call it. So it seems like Lunatic-Hai have a lot of faith in him to be the shot caller for this squad, but it's a bit interesting to see a DPS shot caller as opposed to support, which is usually the standard that we see.
Yeah, well, I mean, coordination is key, of course, in Overwatch, and whenever you make roster changes, it gets a bit iffy, so see if those changes end up going for good or ill, but man, they're going to need to be strong to face a team like Afreeca Freecs Red. Let's learn a little bit more about these guys.
저희는 아프리카 프릭스 레드이고 이번 챌린저스에서 에이펙스 리그로 올라오게 된 팀입니다.
역시나 또 오랫동안 활동해 왔기 때문인지 다양한 전술 전략을 가지고 있는 그런 모습을 보여주네요.
아프리카 프릭스 레드가 차기 에이펙스에 합류합니다.
에이펙스 진출하게 돼서 일단은 너무 기쁘죠. 챌린저스에서는 성적도 잘 안 나와서 좀 패한 것도 좀 여러 번 있어서 되게 힘들었는데 그래도 승강전 통해서 잘 돼서 매우 기쁩니다. 일단 에이펙스 이번 리그에서 실망하지 않는 경기, 되게 만족스러운 경기를 하고 싶어요. 가장 주목해야 될 선수는 일단 새롭게 들어온 타이달라 선수. 저희 3탱 메타에서 이제 바뀌면은 딜러도 할 수 있고 지금 탱커도 하니까 자유롭게 나올 수 있어서 기대하셔도 될 것 같아요. 성적은 저희가 무조건 결승을 원하고 있습니다. 저희 블루 레드가 만나서 정말 멋있는 경기 보여드리고 싶어요. 챌린저스에서 되게 오랜 시간 동안 경기를 치르면서 왔는데 이번 에이펙스 리그에서도 저희가 16강부터 해서 결승까지 되게 최선을 다하는 모습을 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
Well, there they are, Afreeca Freecs Red, of course, sister team to Afreeca Blue that made it all the way to the grand finals of Apex Season 1. Word on the street is these guys are looking even better in practice, so lots expected, I would say.
I mean, you think back to the original qualifier for Apex Season 1, Afreeca Red was actually one of the favorite teams to make it into Apex, more so you could almost say than Afreeca Freecs Blue, so it was a bit of a shock to see that these guys weren't able to make it into Season 1, but they try again. They had a pretty good run during the promotion tournament, 5th place in Challenger Season 2, which wasn't too great, but they were able to make it in. So, you know, props to these guys. They stuck it, they toughed it out, and now here we are, their debut match in Apex.
I gotta say that they do have maybe collectively the best hair of any team. Take this, of course, as perhaps the most glorious hair to ever grace Apex League. Apex League is still pretty new, but that's gonna be he's set a high bar, I think.
It kind of reminds me of a Steak from the Flash Wolves.
A little bit, a little bit.
It's got that same kind of just curly fro thing going on.
Afreeca Red, so much to like about these teams. We saw that clip from Attune in the highlights on that Tracer just diving down on Eichenwald, coming right back up again with the recall. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's, of course, you can use recall to get back up when you fall off a cliff, but having the tracking to, like, hit the Roadhog, get just enough damage to finish him, and then come back just before he goes too low and can't make it back up.
Lee Taejun, he's broken free.
Oh, yeah?
He's outside the team right now.
Oh, there you go. He's on his own. He's on that Roadhog. And, you know, the thing is, the future of Lunatic-Hai, and especially I think the future of Lee Taejun is a little bit in jeopardy here because he has relied so much on that Roadhog. We know he can kind of play the Genji too, but now if you've got Who Are You doing this, you know, where does that really leave Taejun from now on? They tried moving him to support a little while. That didn't work out very well. I got a feeling over the course of the season we may see him swapped out for Eska, but we'll see how things kind of develop as time goes on.
Yeah, I mean, they still have plenty of time to work that out. Afreeca Red, though, will be coming in. They have just this roster right here.
Yep.
So will be this squad. They'll have that consistency to build off of. And honestly, it seemed like since the end of Challenger, these guys, they really did put in the work, and it really paid off for them because they had a pretty spectacular performance. I mean, granted, during the Challenger, the promotion tournament, rather, started things off. 3-1 victory over MVP Space, one of the teams that was in Apex, got knocked out. Did lose 3-0 to Runaway, who looked really strong. But then went on to beat LW Red 5 games in that best of 5 to make it here to Apex. So these guys, they've gone through the run of it, and now they're going to be kicking things off on Lijiang Tower.
And we should mention, too, that win over LW Red did include an LW Red team with Pine and Nanohana, a.k.a. Flower, on that team, too. So it was not an easy road to get here, but they made it. And like you just saw on the screen, Lijiang Tower is what we're going to be starting things off with. Man, the crowd is pumped. I have not heard the crowd so excited going to a match as I have like right now.
Yeah, like I said, man, this is Telecom Wars material, Doa.
I don't know if we can say that yet. That's a lot to live up to, but the crowd's pumped. We'll give them that. Telecom Wars, nah, not quite yet, man. I'm sorry.
All right, well, it's getting there. We'll see how things are after another season of Apex. I think by the end, we will definitely hit that Telecom Wars status.
We'll find out. Time to get into our first map, going to be Lijiang Tower. CU takes an early lead. Lunatic-Hai taking on Afreeca Red. Let's get in the game.
I get it.
All right, welcome to the night market. Although, you know, holy cow, this crowd. Although, you know, you
very
don't really
shrill cheer right there.
They don't really sell a lot in the place where the control point is. You know, wouldn't you rather control the market itself? They're kind of controlling this pagoda, this pavilion, rather. I'd say corner the market. You can do that if you're a giant gorilla from the moon with a laser gun or lightning gun, whatever.
Not many other places that description would apply. Giant gorilla from the moon.
Well, Jaehong's on the Zenyatta right now, and as much as that makes my heart swell with pride, I've got a feeling we're going to see him swap over, although this is one of the... Man, Toby's so good, by the way. This is one of the maps where you can run it. We'll see. Yeah, I was a play of the game for Toby. Of course, the Lucio.
It was a while ago, though.
Guy. It was. Yeah, but Lucio can still boot people just as well as ever. And Jaehong is staying on the Zenyatta. Exciting stuff. We're seeing a bit more of that lately. Oh, and Zumba with an early kill on the Thai Dollar. That's a crucial loss here. Lunatic-Hai. You know, they may get some of the early kills, but Afreeca Red fighting back in a big way.
Well, they're trying to as best as they possibly can, but they get shoved straight back towards their spawn. That should be the first cap coming through for Lunatic-Hai. With relatively little contest. You can see them already just stacking that up. They will go ahead and cap this. But how far forward do they want to play? Looks like it's going to be pretty far up. They'll just sit right outside the market exit.
Now, the nice thing about using the Zenyatta in this comp is that you notice that Lunatic-Hai is running Genji and Tracers, so much easier to just put an Orb of Harmony on them for a while and let them go do their thing until coming back to you, then play that Ana and try to get those direct shots. And Jaehong still staying alive, and that is what I love about Zenyatta, man, nailing those headshots. Feels so good.
I mean, that's what you gotta love about Jaehong. Doesn't really matter what you put him on. Best Ana player in the world. Slap him on that Zenyatta. He's still going to perform. Sticking up in the face of Take This. I mean, pops the mech and still gets the kill.
His aim is great, but firing with Zenyatta, you know, because you've got that projectile is a bit different than the Ana, but seems to not really be having any issues with that yet. I just got my my golden Zenyatta weapon. Finally.
Well, congratulations.
So good.
I'm still sitting with my filthy...
Oh, who are you? Gets one. And Lunatic-Hai, a pretty staunch defense so far, not even having to use that Dragon Blade.
I'm gonna say my filthy Widowmaker gun.
It's respectable.
I can snipe some people.
Widowmaker's just fine.
That usually is what gives me the okay from my team. They'll be like, why are you playing Widowmaker? And then they see the gun, they're just like, okay, sure, we'll see how you are.
Afreeca Red, they're on the point right now. They're building that control meter. Transcendence used by Jaehong, trying to keep his team alive so they can win that fight, and it looks like it's working out just fine.
Yeah,
Taejun on the Tracer.
Point not going to go over to Afreeca Red. Lunatic-Hai, they're just going to hold strong. And you can see they didn't have to use a whole lot of anything. It's going to be that Dragon Blade and that Transcendence coming out. They still have 4 ultimates to deal with.
You know, you can build Ana's Nano Boost extremely fast, but if you're healing a lot, if you're landing those left clicks with Zenyatta, you can build your ultimate pretty quick too.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Graviton Surge. Whoa, looks like it's time for the big bang. A little bit of damage on Navi. He's going to go down. Meanwhile, Taejun finding a few more targets if he can. Afreeca Red trying to win a fight, but they're on the point. Lunatic-Hai coming back.
Yeah, it's not looking too good there. Taejun still full HP, just ripping away with the dualies. And now he'll just go ahead, dash right over on the Ty Dollar. Looks like he won't go down yet. There we go. Miro is able to finish him off. And now with overtime ticking down, Afreeca Red, this is looking really hard pressed for them to be able to get a cap. Pop onto the mech comes through from Take This. He'll fall, and that's going to be a very swift round. 100% cap coming through for Lunatic-Hai.
You know, I feel like we're really moving into a meta that's going to benefit Lunatic-Hai a lot this season. You can see already they feel enabled to run the Genji and the Tracer, swapping things up with the Zenyatta. Miro's able to go back to that Winston that we know he's so incredible on. So, you know, if they can keep this kind of thing up, I got a feeling it's going to be a pretty good season for Lunatic-Hai.
For sure, but, I mean, Afreeca Red, first match out here going into Apex Season 2 could have those jitters that they need to shake off. We'll see if it's just a first round thing.
It's only one round on one map, but still, you know, I think we're really seeing Lunatic-Hai play the game the way they like to play it, and having Zunba on there enables it so much more, man. You've got the projected barriers that you can use to keep your DPS or your Zenyatta safe. Like, this comp is just like Lunatic-Hai comp all over it, man.
Yeah, I mean, it just gives them that ability to play hyper aggressively like they like to. I mean, you can see already just walking up towards Afreeca Red's bridge, trying to get his a couple kills in, but actually they're going to suffer at the hands of Navi and Take This. And now Ryu Jae-Hong going down. 3 kills picked up for Afreeca Red. It's a really nice start for them.
Yeah, very good start for Afreeca Red. Looks like they're going to claim the point first off. Lagerman on that Winston now. Get everybody healed up. Same 2 DPS, of course, being run by Afreeca Red, but Take This preferring to play that D.Va rather than the Zarya. Normally, he is their Reinhardt player.
And just swapping things up a little bit here.
Yep.
So now Afreeca Red still just poking out around the bridge. Jae-Hong trying to get that Discord Orb out. White connect onto Lagerman. Tries to get the kill onto Ty Dollar, but can't do it.
Stuff. That was good focus on the Zenyatta. His positioning wasn't bad, but you know, when Afreeca has control of the point, they can push so far up that it makes it hard to go through that choke.
Yeah, they're going to be struggling for a bit longer here. As Lunatic-Hai, they haven't really been able to build up too many ultimates at the moment, whereas Afreeca Red almost have that Nano Boost, almost have the Dragon Blade ready to go with the Sound Barrier on top of it. So they'll be in a pretty advantageous position to go ahead and maintain control over the point for now. Ty Dollar dashes forward, is able to get enough for that Dragon Blade, but he gets jumped on immediately. Everybody just focusing him out, and he goes down.
This might be Lunatic-Hai's opportunity here. Or you getting a kill, looking for a little bit more, trying to find that Lucio. Toby's going to take him down himself. Getting a bit bloodthirsty there, and Lunatic-Hai takes the point back again. Afreeca, though, has a lot of ults to use to go for the retake.
Yeah, you can see it's just going to be all 6 of them ready to go.
Yep.
Lunatic-Hai, they do have a couple. Zumba almost has that self-destruct, and Miro just got the Primal Rage.
Oh, man, a tune goes down. Sound Barrier comes in for Lunatic-Hai, though. Going to try to fight back. Ty Dollar has to try to cut into that Transcendence. That's not going to work out too well, but as soon as it's over, things could get rough for Lunatic-Hai. Navi the one who goes down, though. Oh! Jae-Hong gets the kill on the Ty Dollar. Hard to deal a good Zenyatta, or hard to duel a good Zenyatta sometimes, it looks like.
And he got him with the melee, too, so it's just the maximum BM coming through from Jae-Hong.
Yep, can't underestimate that, man. Zumba finds the kill into a tune. Taejun still fighting back. He's looking really good on this Tracer, actually. Coming into this, there were questions about Taejun's hero pool, but he's looking very solid on the Tracer. It's a hero we knew he could play, but he's been so hung up on that Roadhog. It's good to see him break out of it again.
I mean, it's been a long time since Apex when they got knocked out. It's been a long time now since I Am Gyeonggi, so it looks like Taejun's been putting in the work, and it's really showing here for Lunatic-Hai as they pick up 2 more kills. Toby will go down as Atun is able to finish him off. Miro falls as well. Jae-Hong not in position to keep them alive, but it doesn't matter. Afreeca Red, they're still just not able to get onto the point and try to cap this. I'd be turning that around as the Nano Boost does come through onto Atun, but Jae-Hong, he makes it back to that health pack and he'll stay alive.
Yeah, that's right. A little bit of help from Zunba here, swapped over to the D.Va himself, and Had that defensive matrix up to absorb it. Taejun drops in. The pulse bomb gets Lagerman very low, but he won't be able to finish the kill off. Well, take that wall.
Just really angry at the...
Yeah, I guess so. It's not destructible, though.
Yeah.
This game doesn't work like that. And Afreeca Red finally finding the fight they were looking for and sort of brawling their way back to a retake. But Lunatic-Hai, 96 control percent right now. Afreeca, you have to defend this one for a while.
Yeah, they basically have to hold on for dear life. Do have those 2 ultimates available. Take this almost with the self-destruct ready to go, but still a long road ahead of Afreeca Freecs. We see just, you know, again, how aggressive Lunatic-Hai is. They will not back down from this point.
No,
I'm sure they're going to try to push in for it. That's going to be the Sonic, the sound barrier rather, coming through already.
Yep.
But Lunatic-Hai not really able to push too far forward off of that.
So who are you? Trying to find a few more kills here as they try to push on the point. They're building that control meter
Got
up.
Navi.
Yeah, that's right. It's a good start. Moving around, dodging. And Afreeca Red forced back along the bridge, and the swap's really helping out. Some good hero changes, I think, coming in for Lunatic-Hai. You see Zumba now on the Diva. You see Ru Hong now on the Ana once again. And Dragon Blade coming in. Ty Dollar, tries to make a difference, but you're ready. And that is going to be a take on Garden for Lunatic-Hai. They will go ahead and 2-0 Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, really nicely done. Lunatic-Hai coming up the gates, very aggressive. I mean, there's some more life shown by Afreeca Red. They definitely made that a point a bit more competitive compared to Night Market, but still going to be down 0-1 to start things off in this best of 5.
Yeah.
See how they're going to turn things around as we get ready to move into our hybrid map.
And I really respect Jaehong for playing the Zenyatta as long as he did on Garden, but that is a tough point to play Zenyatta on, man. It's so open. There's tons of ways to get flanked, and you know, even the mighty Jaehong had to go back to that tried and true Ana after a little while. So
I mean, he made the Zenyatta work for longer than we could have really anticipated.
I liked it on Village. A little bit suspect on Garden, but he made it work for most of the cases. So Afreeca Red down a game, but a chance to tie things up again as they will get to choose our hybrid map going into map number 2.
Yeah, we'll see how this is going to favor them having that choice. Because, I mean, nothing hurts more than picking your map, you know, saying, like, you know what, I really think we can win on this, and then losing.
Yeah, ask
so,
DK Stars how that one feels.
Yeah, they're going to go to King's Row, it would seem.
Okay.
So, not going to be opting into Hollywood like we saw before. Nimbani will remain unloved.
Oh, yes. By many. King's Row, as you mentioned, will be the next map. And we will see if Afreeca Red can tie things up. Was talking to the Afreeca coach Tyrong a little bit this morning, and he said that they had some pretty special compositions planned for today. So, curious to see what it's going to be about.
I would love to see him.
Yep.
So far, I don't think we have.
No. Well, it's
pretty standard stuff.
It happens off of that. Time to go to King's Row and see if Afreeca Red can tie things up, or if Lunatic-Hai will put themselves one win away from a 3-0 to get in the game.
I get it.
All right, welcome to King's Row. Big Ben just doesn't look as big anymore with all these other buildings around it.
Yeah, kind of built up a...
It's kind of like...
Is that, you know, the Empire State Building?
Kind of like medium Ben now, you know, or normal
Moderately
Ben.
sized Ben.
That's right. Moderate Ben. Perfectly reasonable Ben.
You would think that having a hotel right next to the site where, like, you know, the Omnic, like, ambassador or leader was, like, assassinated would be bad for business.
I think that hotel was already there.
I'm just saying, like, you would think that they would have gone out of business. It's like, oh, this is where that guy died.
Well, I mean, I think if if you were an Omnic ambassador, you'd maybe be afraid to stay there, but otherwise I think it's probably fine.
True.
Although we know that people in King's Row do not like Omnics. You know what?
Definitely not. At least the people in the subway don't like Omnics.
Nah, this is true apparently. You know, I wouldn't want to be on a team with an Ana because I wouldn't want to end the match just covered in syringes.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it means you stay alive, you will just be a pincushion for used syringes.
You'll be really sore the next day.
Yeah, I would say so.
Each of those shots has to hurt a bit.
Yeah, unless she does it like acupuncture. She's very accurate. It's right nerves.
At that distance, that's really impressive.
She is impressive. Effort Freecs Red on the offense here. Lunatic-Hai trying to defend on our hybrid map here. Ty goes in, gets very low, needs to be careful here. Backs off, gets a heal just in time, and a tune with the kill on Zunba. So Afreeca Red starting off okay in the defense. But it's 1-for-1 so far in this fight. Ty really trying to scatter this team, and he's doing an okay job of it. Has to contend with the other Genji now. Going after, takes out Who Are You? And Ty kind of a hero offensively for the moment. They're building that control meter just a bit. Taejun holding strong behind the Reinhardt shield for the moment.
Yeah, Dollar, I mean, doing a lot of work, distracting a lot of members of Lunatic-Hai, helping pick up a couple kills here and there. Not a whole lot of kills actually coming through for the side of Afreeca Red, but it's enough to really shove Lunatic-Hai back to see the first hit coming through onto the capture meter. And looks like they might be able to just go ahead and pick this one up. Lunatic-Hai aren't pushing forward. They're going to go ahead, back off and get ready to defend this payload push.
So pretty fast early take for Afreeca Red, kind of one extended push to do it. And so the payload will get rolling, and Afreeca Red already on the back foot quite a bit. Here comes the Dragon Blade. Jaehyung in trouble.
Yeah, throws out the biotic grenade, but it's not even enough to keep him alive. Ty goes through, comes up with the kill onto him. Still alive, 30 HP. One swing from the Reinhardt would take him out, but it's actually going to be Who Are You who picks up a triple kill. Has that Dragon Blade ready to go, but doesn't even need to use it. They just wipe the floor with Afreeca Red, and they stop that payload in its tracks.
Yeah, Taejun seemed like he just kind of escorted Who Are You through that fight there to get all those kills. Not even needing to use the Dragon Blade to make that happen. And Afreeca Red back to the drawing board. And that's a good place to delay the payload right there, too. If you can hold it right in that archway, you can usually buy a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, getting around this first corner is going to be a little bit difficult here, but it looks like Afreeca Red, they're just going to go ahead, commit the nano boost over to Ty despite the fact that he doesn't have the Dragon Blade. Still comes up with a kill onto Zubra. Can he find much more? Has the deflection up, able to help Attune finish off Ryu Jae-Hong. And it looks like Afreeca. Go ahead and go for a 3-for-3 and take this. Wow, picks up a double kill with that self-destruct. Nicely done by him. And that'll keep the payload moving here for Afreeca Red. And they should get quite a bit of distance on this.
Yeah, you know, we heard Afreeca Freecs talk about how much they're going to rely on Ty this season to do a lot of the carrying. And so far, he's really delivered. And, you know, you usually think about Attune, the main DPS on this team, but that spot may be up for debate now with how Ty has been looking at this Genji so far.
Yeah, he is really outperforming himself from the promotion tournament thus far. Attune hasn't really had those big show-up moments, but here we go. Dragon Blade coming through. Ty does have that heal denied from the biotic grenade, but it's not affecting him at all. Has been untouched throughout this. Picks up a double kill. Helps with the kill on the Ryu Jae-Hong. And that is going to be a really nice swing here for Afreeca Red as they keep trying to push forward into this second point. Just a couple meters away from this one, and they should be able to have it right here.
And nobody is able to handle this Genji. I mean, he has just been completely free-farming Lunatic-Hai this game.
He is just destroying left and right. That Dragon Blade right there mixed in with the Graviton Surge just gained so much for Afreeca Red.
I feel like we're seeing Take This kind of fly around with him too and absorb a lot of that incoming damage. It's been working well. Ty does finally go down, and Who Are You trying to look a little bit more for more kills, but no. Navi finds him. And Lunatic-Hai trying to stabilize just a bit, but they are already pushed back all the way nearly to the end.
And you know, the thing that really confuses me is how Who Are You manages to be the shot caller on this team as a Genji, because he's constantly in the back line. He has no way of seeing the overarching fight that is happening between these two teams. It just seems so disjointed.
Yeah. Self-destruct, and Toby does get caught by that. He manages to get the sound barrier down, or rather Afreeca gets the sound barrier in as they continue to push forward here. Looking for a bit more, but man, the kill feed has just been nearly all Ty at this point.
It really has been, and you see Attune still just trying to harass back as best as he can onto Zumba, but still can't get a whole lot done. Miro does have that Earth Shatter ready to go, as well as the Nano Boost from Ryu Jae-Hong, but Afreeca Red, they're already so close to this point.
Well, Nano Boost after a big Earth Shatter comes in for Lunatic-Hai. Where's the follow-up, though? Taejun already down. Attune looking for a little bit more. They've got him bottled up. And wow, he takes out Toby in the spawn. Afreeca Red just destroying Lunatic-Hai here on King's Row. Man, it's annoying right now. Who Are You is keeping Lunatic-Hai in this one. He's kept the payload stopped long enough for the respawns to come in.
Jung swapped over to Afreeca. That's really ill-advised. Doesn't really have that much room to fly up above where he's out of reach of many members of Afreeca Red.
Yeah,
But it seems like Lunatic-Hai, they actually have delayed the push on the payload for now, so it will be stopped.
Man.
Just a couple meters in front of the final point, but 3 minutes still on the clock for Afreeca Freecs Red. They have plenty of time to play with.
And that defense was 100% who are you on Tracer. He really kept the payload stopped, gave his team time to come back. Agent's got the barrage now, and that bear, as you can see, built up pretty quickly.
It's just going to be so difficult for him, I feel, to just line up a perfect barrage to come through.
Here we go, self-destruct coming in, and not picking up any kills, but it does manage to scatter Afreeca Red. Taejun looking for a bit more. He has the sound barrier, managed to stay alive because of it. After he dropped that barrage, still gets the kill on Navi, and it looks like Lunatic-Hai have managed to kind of stabilize here now.
Yeah, they get these final couple kills coming through.
Yep.
And they'll leave Take This alive for a considerable amount of time. You can see, you know, Taejun just basically had to commit that full barrage to just ripping through the mech for Take This.
Not a bad idea, too. I mean, you got to get that diva out of the way, and Afreeca Red, they have some ults to work with, but they've been stalled out in a big way on point 3. 2 minutes yet to make this work, though, so they do have time.
And they have a hell of a lot of ultimates at the moment. 5, about to be coming over 4, rather. About to be coming through. Tidala gets that Dragon Blade. Will be going through with a nano boost, finds a kill, and Ruje Hong. Taejun falls as well somewhere else in the battle. And now this is going to be a big fight here for Afreeca Red. Can they get anybody? Self-destruct won't come up with any kills here for Zumba. And Afreeca Red, they're still pushed very far forward, but they're not on the payload. They can't get this moving.
Yeah, payload's still staying there. Graviton Surge used in the back, I believe, by Lunatic-Hai. Jaehong gets one. Zumba just really trying to get rid of this Lucio here, but Quartermain staying alive, man. He can make the plays. This Lucio is very evasive. There's a nano boost now. Zumba keeps pushing, and Afreeca Red, yeah, time to regroup again.
And finally able to take out Lagerman. See, self-destruct comes out, won't find anybody.
Goodbye, Attune. Major staggered spawning coming in for Afreeca Red that's going to cost him even more time, and less than a minute remaining now. Lunatic-Hai may actually be able to hold this.
Yeah, and I mean, a really odd decision by Take This to go ahead and toss out that self-destruct at the end. Didn't have anybody else there to follow up, even if he had gotten a couple kills. So now just going to be one less ultimate. Looks like he wanted to swap over to the Reinhardt, so did just go ahead and use the ultimate while he had it. But we'll be coming back in on Reinhardt, but we'll see how quickly he can build up for that Earth Shatter, because it's going to be pretty essential if Afreeca Red are to go ahead and cap this point. Miro throws down his ulti.
All right.
A couple people, takes out Attune. That's a really nice pickup.
Yeah, not bad at all. Zumba as well has that, and he's going to go ahead and use the self-destruct to try to push Afreeca back. Nobody goes down, but they're losing people. Tidala coming in, trying to turn this around. Takes out Jaehong, takes out quite a few, but I don't think it's going to be enough, man. Lagerman, he's got the nano boost, but he's kind of on his own as those respawns trickle in for Afreeca Red. Lunatic-Hai much better situated to defend this one. That said, the payload is starting to move here.
They're pushing this up. They still have the Graviton Surge available for Lagerman, as well as an Earth Shatter from Take This. He was able to build it up rather quickly. Comes through, won't really catch anybody on the side of Lunatic-Hai, but they're just going to try to delay as best as they can. You can see Taejun swapping over, has that Primal Rage ready to go on the Winston, pops it in time before he goes down to that big bang.
Oh, Take This was knocked off. Big defensive play for Lunatic-Hai. They needed that Reinhardt around, you would think, but Lunatic-Hai, they're losing people so fast. Are you kidding me? Afreeca Red actually finishes it. Whoa. That was a last-minute, pretty valiant effort by Afreeca Red to get that 3rd point.
Yeah, it was looking so grim for a while there. It seemed like Lunatic-Hai really just had their number with that hold, but in the end, able to pull it off. Really like that Jaehong Red at the end swapped over to the Bastion.
Got to do something.
Desperate times.
That's right.
But, I mean, Afreeca Red, they are able to push it all the way to the end, comes in overtime. We'll see if Lunatic-Hai, as they swap over to attack, whether or not they will be able to get some time in the bank.
Yep. So we will swap sides after Afreeca Red's last minute but successful offensive round. Lunatic-Hai will now be the ones on offense. See Toby scoping things out there with the Widowmaker, no doubt, from Spawn. We will see what he sees, because we can see everything. We're the spectators.
We can. We are the ever-present onlookers.
That's right. All right, $5, man. What a performance on that Genji.
Showing up.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it right here. Another one beautifully set up. I mean, Attune did come in with that one. Did assist with that big bang.
Yep.
But the Genji Dragon Blade, I mean, this guy's been playing pretty clinically so far.
So yeah, it's been putting on a ninja clinic.
You'll never find it.
Nope, that's right. It's the hardest clinic to find. It's true. If you have some disease that only ninjas can cure, well, you're out of luck. Ninja clinic is invisible. So we may see Taejun, it looks like, on this Afreeca again. And he did play it defensively. Looks like Toby's going to be firing out a Sonic Arrow to keep an eye on things for the moment. There we go.
Doesn't really spot a whole lot of anything, though.
Yep. Well, you kind of expect that if you're the defense.
Yeah. Who are you playing up on the high ground? And Taejun, yeah, he does have this fair. Comes around the sideline. Gonna get a lot of those rockets denied by that right click from Take This.
Yeah, and just
but
a very
get
good,
some damage in.
very good way to just dislodge people from their preferred defensive positions. At Lunatic-Hai
They got the
pushes
mech.
in offensively. They have gotten the mech very quickly. And Taejun, nobody really able to handle him right now. Who are you, though? Found by Ty Dollar. And so Afreeca Red starting to fight back a little bit here.
Take This does go down. Nice pick up there by Taejun, but it's a Lunatic-Hai. Shoved back away from the point. Can't get that first tick.
I mean, that is the tricky part, is because if you're not getting a lot of picks with this Pharah, you're not really a hero that's able to stand on the point and take it. You need your teammates to be alive to do that.
I mean,
so
you can already see how scattered Afreeca Red is playing, so you're never going to get that big barrage, you know, where you catch like 3 or 4 members and just absolutely annihilate all of them. That's not going to happen on this first point of King's Row, it would seem here.
Yeah, not here.
Unless Afreeca Red really decides to group up, but they're pretty adamantly staying away from each other. Who are you, though? Dashes into the back line. You can't deflect that Zarya beam. He goes down, drops a 1 HP, and then Ty Dollar comes in for the final kill.
yeah, Lagerman really with the hero there on the with the projected barrier rather on the Navi. I can't speak English now apparently.
Sorry, just start casting in Korean.
Yeah, practicing it up. But either way, what I'm saying here is Lunatic-Hai is having a little bit of trouble rather.
Oh, here we go, though. Dala dashing forward, has that Dragon Blade, has that Nano Boost. Come up with any kills yet. There we go. Finds
boy.
Toby right as he tries to retreat back into the spawn, but he will go down. Zunba comes up with the kill. And for now, Afreeca Red, they will maintain a pretty strong hold over point A. Lunatic-Hai really struggling to get in there.
Yeah, and remember, Afreeca Red more or less took the point on their first push on their offensive round. So they have bought themselves already a lot of time, and you know, despite the fact that there's 2 minutes remaining, Lunatic-Hai under a ton of pressure as far as will they be able to complete this whole map.
They have a little bit of combo potential here from their ultimates. Have that Nano Boost ready to go as we see it's thrown on it. Who are you? Has the Dragon Blade pulled out, but now the self-destruct is thrown down. He has to back off before he gets taken out. Graviton Surge, not going to get a whole lot done here for Lagerman as he will go ahead and go down. But I mean, 3 kills on the Lunatic-Hai as they fall 2 onto Afreeca Red. They'll maintain the point for now. Zuma does get a pick on the quarter main. And finally, Lunatic-Hai pushing forward, but they're not getting too much cap yet. Not even near that first tick.
Well, they're just having to spend a lot of time chasing down the members of Afreeca Red, and nobody's really able to get that control meter built up. Now that they've gotten these kills, they should be able to do it. And yeah, I think finally Lunatic-Hai may have it, although Afreeca Red setting up for a possible assault here.
I think this is really risky. Lagerman does not have the Graviton Surge.
Yeah.
Zunba's already up top trying to block them out. Batala, he comes through, has the Dragon Blade. There's no Nano Boost to couple with it.
Now that's
It's a really
too late,
big deflect, but yeah, the point already goes over to them, so they throw out the Dragon Blade, and they can't get the defense coming through. So Lunatic-Hai have 3 minutes on the clock to push towards that second point. See if they're able to make it. Need to make it all the way to the end, or else this map goes over to Afreeca Freecs.
Yeah, 3 minutes remaining for Lunatic-Hai to do just that. Jaeyoung, of course, on the Ana, building towards another Nano Boost.
Here's
Speaking
thrown
of
out.
Nano Boost, yeah, here comes Lagerman with that on the Zarya. Earth Shatter not working out for Lunatic-Hai. They're gonna have to back away and wait this out.
Yeah, there was a really good, well-timed barrier there by Lagerman, completely responding to that Earth Shatter out from Miro, so just completely negates it, make sure that he doesn't get knocked down. And Afreeca Freecs, you can see just how comfortable they are to sit up right in this archway and just continuously push Lunatic-Hai back. They have 3 ultimates, but still just can't find the entrance that they want.
Yeah. Here we go, self-destruct again as Lunatic-Hai pushes forward. Just trying to get that payload moving a little bit, but no luck just yet. Afreeca Red able to make Lunatic-Hai fight essentially still back at point A here.
Oh, Dala tries to go into the back line to get on a Jaehong. Gets knocked down. The sound barrier is there to try to keep him alive. Looks like he will be able to exit successfully.
And Nanoboost
up.
used on a Miro, I believe, but they're finally getting some kills here. Loggerman having to back away.
Miro had threw down that really nice Earth Shatter.
Yeah. But again, Afreeca Red has bought so much time. They eventually get pushed out, but we're down to just about 1:40 remaining for Lunatic-Hai.
I mean, it's not even over yet. They still can defend right in front of this second point. Afreeca Freecs, they do have 3 ultimates to play with. Dala, unfortunately, not anywhere near that Dragon Blade yet.
Yep.
Whereas Who Are You has his ready to go, but it doesn't have much to really, lock up the members of Afreeca Freecs. Nanoboost does come through. He's going to dive into the back line looking for Navi. Should be able to take him out, but he just can't get on top of him.
Well, he dodged.
There we go.
The big thing is he dodged the sleep dart there. That freed him up to finally eventually get the kill. And Afreeca Red, because their Ana was occupied for so long, able to win that fight.
And I mean, you want to be able to get so much more with the Dragon Blade there, and unfortunately, Who Are You just only comes up with 1 kill on the Navi. Meanwhile, Afreeca Freecs just completely steamroll the rest of Lunatic-Hai, and they'll just keep this payload right in front of the second point. The rollback starting to come through. There's 45 seconds on the clock. Lunatic-Hai, just with 1 ultimate to play off of, Taejun has to just basically place the Miracle Pulse Bomb if they want to win this.
All right. Taejun really needs to make this happen. 30 seconds remaining. Ty Dollar starts the fight before Lunatic-Hai is ready for it, I think. Gets 2 already, and they throw in the self-destruct for good measure. Afreeca Freecs pushing Lunatic-Hai way back here. Finally goes down. Uh-oh, who are you? What a response, though, that Genji on the other side comes back, and they're going to get this point. Man, if there's 2 Genjis in the game, you can never really assume which way the fight's going to go.
I mean, yeah, it's a really big X factor for both of these teams, and I mean, you got to say that overall, like, Ty Dolla has been outperforming Who Are You on this Genji pick, but I mean, Who Are You? He just really made a very strong case for himself, coming up with that triple kill, allowing them to get that 3rd and final point. 1:20 seconds on the clock here for Lunatic-Hai as they get ready to round the final corner. They need to shove this all the way home in order to force the tie break.
Well, Who Are You's been doing a good job of waiting for the aggression to come in and then responding when the backline is vulnerable, and we're seeing a bit more of that even now as Lunatic-Hai pushes back, and Taejun, the one putting on the pressure with this Tracer.
And now they have 6 ultimates ready to go. Afreeca Freecs going to be considerably further behind them, especially with these respawns coming through. Lunatic-Hai, you have to expect that they very well could make this final push, even with some time left in the bank. Taejun, he goes low, he gets that projected barrier. It's enough to keep him alive.
6 ults from Lunatic-Hai. Ults coming out, though. Sound barrier for Afreeca Red. It's the Apocalypse right now. Graviton surges coming down. Who's going to get the big bang? A lot of damage from Loggerman coming in, but Who Are You finding the kills again on that Genji? Lunatic-Hai pushing forward, but have they lost too many to get the payload there?
It's a 4 for 3. That's actually going to be a 5 for 3 in the end as Ty Dolla does go down. It's just 1.5 meters away. If
So
Lunatic-Hai
close.
could just boop them off of the payload, they'd be able to cap it right here.
Now Afreeca Red getting the respawns now, and so they'll have to back off, and there's only 10 seconds remaining. Lunatic-Hai, they need to win some sort of big brawl here. That's a big sleep dart. Attune in trouble. No, bigger shatter, and they actually get it there. Are you kidding me? We are tied up here on Kings Row. We're going to go to Time Bank, I think, here.
I mean, both teams completing the map. I think they went right into overtime at the last second.
They may
there.
have. Yeah, they may have.
If not, then they had about 1/2 second to a second remaining on the clock. So wow, Lunatic-Hai, it was looking scary there. I mean, to go into that final fight with 6 ultimates and still almost get pushed back by Afreeca Freecs.
Yeah.
But much like Afreeca Freecs, they're able to close it out barely right at the end. They push that payload over the line. And wow, that was considerably closer than Lijiang Tower, you have to say.
I would say so.
So yeah, there we go.
Yeah, 3 seconds remaining for
Wow.
Lunatic-Hai. I thought they got it there a little bit before OT, and so they will start with 3 seconds
All
more
right.
than Afreeca Red. More or less on the same page as far as Time Bank goes.
All right, a little bit more time. I mean, a little bit more time than I expected that they had. We're talking about 2 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds there, but wow. I mean, this is still pretty much anybody's game. With as close as these pushes have been, a minute to work with effectively each. This could go very well go either way.
This could easily be a tie. I could see neither team able to take point A. I'd be a little bit worried if I were Lunatic-Hai, just because Afreeca Red did manage to take point A essentially in their first push. We'll see what happens. Ty Dollar coming around the side, taking the high ground.
Going to be dashing in over top the entrance to the Alderworth.
Yeah,
poke in as best as he can with those throwing stars.
Toon as well, getting aggressive.
Freecs, oh boy, they're really rushing up the point.
Lunatic-Hai giving up a lot of ground here defensively.
The cap's already starting to come through.
Yep, they can move back onto the point slowly.
There we go.
I like it. It was a good measured fallback. Didn't lose anybody, not just yet. Taejun, they have to use a bio grenade to try to keep him up. He's in a bit of trouble though. Ryu takes on Ty Dollar. It's a sleep dart, and they're gonna go ahead and buy themselves some time to keep people alive. And yeah, it looks like Lunatic-Hai should be able to hold, and Afreeca Red down to just 15 seconds already.
You have to think that that's got to be it here. The hold from Lunatic-Hai, and then we'll swap over to them attacking. I mean, Afreeca Freecs, they basically have to dive in right now
If
if they want to try to come up with this one. I mean, Atoon's here. He has the full dashes. He needs to go in right now. Dala as well going to be the first one to come in. Atoon's trying to flank in from the sidelines. They do have the first tick by the look of it.
I love this defense by Lunatic-Hai, though. Backing up, they know they don't need to be on the point immediately from minute one. Taejun has a nano boost. Gonna try to avoid that. Oh, nice hook, actually. On to take this in trouble. Pops that self-destruct. Miro's got the shield, though. They're ready to go, and Afreeca Red losing people already. Who are you? Has a sound barrier, finds a kill onto Quartermain, and it looks like Afreeca Red not going to be able to take this one. No, certainly not with that tac visor coming out. And that's the hold. All right. Well, it's on Lunatic-Hai now.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do as they come out onto the attack. I mean, perfect timing on the tac visor there. Right at the end, because you know that Atoon is going to be playing, sticking with that tracer, going to try to dash around the point as much as possible to just delay the defense so the rest of his team can get in there. But the tac visor completely denies that. He takes him out before he has really even a chance to think about it.
That was so well played by Lunatic-Hai under pressure. As soon as the push came in, they backed up in a very measured, very patient way. Didn't leave anyone in the back lines exposed, and that's really what Afreeca Red has been capitalizing on, is getting Ty Dollar and Atoon into the back lines, taking out the vulnerable supports. But when you keep everybody packed in there the way Lunatic-Hai did with such a short amount of time, it's so hard to find those necessary picks if you're the offense.
Yeah, I mean, it was, you kind of mentioned it, running a really good defense there. They're kind of running a defense on two fronts. You had Miro sitting, basically inside the point, having the shield up, so stopping anybody from coming around the left-hand side from Afreeca Reds. And then you had you had the D.Va and you had the Roadhog sitting on the backside of the Alderworth, just ready for them to walk in.
Quartermain saying hello. Toby.
Oh no! Now they know that they have a Lucio.
Oh man! Now they know that the Lucio player is playing Widowmaker.
Giving away the pro strats.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
All right,
So Lunatic-Hai, they've got 3 seconds more than Afreeca Red did to try to take this point.
Will it make the difference?
You never know. It might.
Very
well. Overwatch, man. Okay, they're going full aggro here though with Miro on that Winston.
Right, this is his comfort zone, of course.
Oh, that D.Va was a little bit out of position on the Afreeca Red side. They're going to pay for it. Lagerman goes down. Good focus on that Zarya to start things off. Lunatic-Hai, they just need to keep people up here in the ensuing fight. And Miro looking pretty good. He's all over Quartermain right now. Oh, but he's low. Take this. Takes him down. And Jaehong fighting back.
But they lose 2 for that. That's going to be Dala Navi. And now take this and Quartermain going down. 4 kills very swiftly picked up against the Afreeca Freecs. Atoon, basically the last one, just dashing around the point alongside Lagerman to try to delay as best as possible. But they go down. That's going to be at least the first tick. Coming through for a Lunatic-Hai. They might just be able to finish it right here.
Afreeca Red, there's no choice. They have to just bull rush in there and try it. But Zunba, he's got the self-destruct. He can create a lot of space whenever he wants to. And like you said, they've already got 2 ticks on the control meter. And they're going to go for it. Mech knocked out. Afreeca Red not giving up quite yet. It's a complete brawl. And who are you? Gets a kill into Quartermain. There's a kill for Taejun as well. And the nano boost onto this Tracer should enable Taejun to finish him off. That's 3 for him. And that will be the win on Kings Row for Lunatic-Hai. They are 2-0 in this best of 5.
Yeah, definitely closer than we saw in Lijiang Tower, but Lunatic-Hai still performing quite well. Afreeca Freecs Red able to give them a bit of a run for their money here.
Yep.
But in the end, Lunatic-Hai still coming out on top on Kings Row. And now it's match point for them. Just need one more map victory to take this best of 5 set and put a win on the board for their first match here in Apex.
The execution in time bank mode was so good for Lunatic-Hai. Fantastic defense, very tight, keeping their vulnerable heroes safe, and then in their attack round, using the Winston, diving and focusing the Zarya down first, getting rid of one tank, taking advantage of the fact that Take This on D.Va was a bit out of position, and then just kind of going through and picking apart Afreeca Red piece by piece. So I gotta say, right now, overall, the execution in general for Lunatic-Hai is looking like it's gonna make them the winners. Don't know if it's gonna be 3-0. It's kind of hard to believe, but you know, we'll see. Anything can happen.
I mean, this is going to be a Freecs red map pick yet again. Lost on Kings Row after picking that for themselves. So who really knows? We're going to have to find out when we go to a break.
We'll be back in just a moment with map number 3 between Lunatic-Hai and Freecs Red here on Overwatch Apex Season 2. On OGN, thanks for watching. Come back, just a few, for the next map. And welcome back to OGN Apex Season 2 with Doa and Achilleos here. And guys, guess what? Lunatic-Hai looking so good right now. I mean, both of these teams, I think, showing that there's a lot of individual mechanical skill. I include Afreeca Red with that, of course. But in terms of who's executing their strategies better, who's executing their attacks better, in King's Row, I think it was definitely Lunatic-Hai, especially in time bank mode. Now, you do have to give Afreeca Red some credit. They did take point A very quick on their offensive round. They did finish their offensive round. So certainly hasn't been easy for Lunatic-Hai. But if you want to go down to just like, you know, getting a little bit nitpicky with it, I think Lunatic-Hai is just making things happen a bit more cleanly than Afreeca Red today.
Yep, and wow, okay, interesting. So Volskaya Industries will be our 2-point capture map. Not going to be going towards that Temple of Anubis like we saw in our first best of 5. Cool. We'll see how Lunatic-Hai fares on this map, but I mean, if the first 2 maps if they're indicative of anything, I think that we could just see Lunatic-Hai closing out with 3-0. Don't want to write off Freecs Red completely, though. They have been fighting back. King's Row, absurdly close compared to the first map, so they still do have that potential to fight back and put themselves on the board, maybe take us to a game 4.
Yeah. Somber looks in the booth of Afreeca Red right now, but it's a serious map. They need to win this one to keep going in this best of 5. And we will see if they can do it. Time to go to Volskaya Industries, see if Lunatic-Hai takes a 3-0, or if Afreeca Red gets some momentum moving their way once again. Welcome to Volskaya Industries. Would you like to live in a house like that, Achilleos?
You know, it's a little done up for my taste, but it's quite sizable.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
I like the library. That's pretty nice.
That is neat.
I don't know if I'll ever own enough books to actually fill that library.
I want to have a big library someday.
Like, if you have a library that size,
yeah,
you know, you just kind of hit the point where you just go to like yard sales or like little book sales at small stores and just buy as many books as possible just so it looks filled.
Probably. I would have a giant library like that. I would have a big, red, dark, like blood red leather chair that I would sit in like a nice like smoking jacket, but I wouldn't smoke because I don't smoke. And I would sit there in my library and I would play Game Boy.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yep. McCree might not approve. He likes smoking.
Oh, well.
He wants to have that
I thought you meant about
lounge.
my video game choices.
Oh, well, I mean, I mean, maybe McCree's not actually that big into video games despite being
I don't think he is.
That's Diva's realm.
That's true. We know that for a fact. Well, Afreeca Red on the offense on their map choice. Again, Volskaya Industries. See what they can get done. Going with the Tidala Genji, a Toon Tracer one more time. And I gotta say, you know, as a Toon is looking today, he's not quite looking as impressive as we normally see.
Oh no, he looked completely dominant in the promotion tournament, but he's really been falling flat today.
Yeah.
So he's looking for that flank coming here on the backhand side. So really just get in behind Lunatic-Hai on that high ground, maybe force him to drop down, but Tejan coming in on the right. See, Lunatic-Hai will go ahead, plop down.
Yeah. Oh, there's
nice hook.
But the shield. Nice save.
Now
that's a problem. Yeah.
Gets corn, gets taken out. Could be really good for Freecs Red.
Yeah. Oh, there goes Miro. And Afreeca Red finally started to bring in some of the kills.
Kind of just trading back 1-for-1 at the moment. You can see on the kill feed, just, you know, 1 from Afreeca, 1 from Lunatic-Hai.
Yeah.
But Afreeca is still getting a lot of time spent on this point. It's going to be 2 ticks coming through. Who are you trying to delay as best as possible? And he'll get taken out, and that should just be the point A cap coming through for Afreeca. So nicely done by them, cap it in just under 2 minutes, and that's going to give them just under 7 to go ahead and push forward and take point B.
This is not a result that Lunatic-Hai wanted, man. I mean, you lose that point A really fast, and as hard as point B on Volskaya is to take, 7 minutes is usually enough time for most pro teams to make it happen.
Seen some miracle holds in the past, though.
Oh, yeah.
So it certainly is possible. I mean, Dala getting picked like that, that's certainly going to put a bit of a stop on it for Afreeca Freecs. So who are you? Nice target selection. Just identifying the enemy Genji, gets on top of him, takes him out.
I mean, this is one of those point Bs like you see on a lot of assault maps where even if you get that huge team fight win, you still have to deal with respawns before you're able to get the whole control meter built up. And as Lunatic-Hai pushes out the rest of Afreeca Red here. You gotta imagine Afreeca Red is just trying to build up some ults for that big push. They've got plenty of time to do it. So no need to try to rush things.
Yeah, I mean, they can take their time with this, and that is the good thing. I mean, obviously, you want to cap this as quickly as possible so you don't have a scenario like King's Row where you both have a minute on the board. But this does give them time to build up. You can see they're doing just that. Take this at the moment the furthest away from his ultimate with that D.Va, but just got a hell of a lot of percentage right there as he bumps up to over 75.
It's like
and this could just be a 6 ulti push and maybe 6 ulti defense here. As Miro is just 20% away from that Earth Shatter.
Wow, Toon, and there we go. Tydala coming in with the Dragon Blade. He's got that Sunberry to keep him safe. There goes Toby. So Afreeca Red looking for a little bit more. Kills on both sides, so it has just been a bloodbath.
But that's
all
a 3
match
for
long.
1. 4 for 1 actually, as Lunatic-Hai just really come out on top of that one, so they stop it right in its tracks. And there's only going to be 2 ultimates left for Afreeca Freecs. They used everything to try to get the point, just about everything.
Well,
there.
they've got the big bang yet.
It's true.
Oh, Jaehong, did you just get a kill at the end there? Man. Parting blow and a salute from Jaehong. You know, way back at the Overwatch World Cup at BlizzCon, you know, we heard other players, I forget who it was, from other nations say Jaehong just gets kills on that Ana that you're not supposed to be able to get. He's such an offensive threat, as well as being able to be this great healer to keep his team alive.
I mean, one of the hardest things to do is lining up those sleep darts. You can see it time and time again. Doesn't matter if it's a charging target, if it's a Tracer or a Genji. He can still just line up those sleep darts and just get those solo kills, you know, just plops them on the ground, throws out that biotic grenade, gets the hit, and just comes up with a solo kill. So he truly has leveled up Ana. He's taken Ana from what Blizzard wanted her to be and kind of evolved her into something else.
Here we go, looking for it. Jaehong drops a biotic grenade and Attune has to recall immediately. He's trying to find a place to plant that pulse bomb.
Miro looking like a pretty prime target if you just get in there and not have to worry about the shield.
He dodges the Earth Shatter. Lunatic-Hai sucked into the Graviton Surge. There's a big biotic grenade. Where's the follow-up? Looks like they've got it. Self-destruct, and the takedown take this with it.
There's still 3 kills coming in for Afreeca Freecs. They'll see if they can tack more onto the board. The respawns have been coming through. Dala finds a kill onto Toby, finds one onto Who Are You. Things are looking really good for them at the moment. Lunatic-Hai scrambling back to the point, trying to buy as much time as they possibly can.
Well, Miro did buy a lot of time. The respawns are coming in from Lunatic-Hai now, and
That's first tick.
as we see Taejun run for it.
Yeah, he's heading for the hill. Second tick has almost been taken. Dala, though, gets popped off the map. Miro coming up with that kill. And that's going to be a pretty big pickoff there by Lunatic-Hai. Pulse Bomb comes out, won't find a kill, however. And it looks like Lunatic might just be able to hold on to this second tick for a bit longer.
Oh, yeah.
As they shove Afreeca Freecs back. Taejun coming up with that tack visor, finds a double kill, trying to make it a triple to hunt down Attune. Might be able to do it in the end. There we go. Help from Who Are You comes up with the kill.
Yeah, so 3
only
minutes.
1 tick.
Yeah,
That's over half the time bank that Afreeca Freecs came into this with.
I bet. Zunba got knocked off somehow at the end there. Might have just, he probably just died to get his suit back. Yeah. Get it back a little bit faster that way, even if you are on defense. You get desuited as D.Va on point B on this map. Here comes Afreeca Red again. No ults to work with yet.
Oh, that's an Nana boost going forward. Onto Who Are You, but he gets slept. Nice shot by Na'Vi.
Yeah, good sleep dart as Afreeca Red comes in, not having to worry about that nano boost on the Genji for a while. Jaehong does go down. Attune with a crucial kill there as Tydala harasses the backlines. Lunatic-Hai drops the sound barrier to try to keep what the players they have remaining safe. Tydala does have to disengage. He is a little bit low, but he's nearly got that Dragon Blade as Afreeca Red continues the attack. Attune looking for one on the Lagermain there. I don't know if he quite caught it, or never mind, that was on a Toby, my bad. The tale of 2 Lucios. And yeah, Afreeca Red, in the end, just having to back away.
Oh boy, Who Are You getting that exit kill onto Attune. Nicely done here, as they'll also get Na'Vi. They're really trying to stagger these respawns as best as they can. Get quartermain, that's so crucial for Lunatic-Hai as we're in, -2 minute territory here for Afreeca Freecs on this push. Still have 2 ultimates, almost 3 with that Dragon Blade. about to come up here for Lunatic-Hai.
Well, this would be a pretty epic hold for Lunatic-Hai if they're able to pull it off. Afreeca Red is coming in right now with a lot of ultimates to work with, but they really need to make this next push work. Next time they dedicate ults to a push is going to probably be their last chance to get this second point.
I mean, they used 4 on their first push and they weren't able to come up with the cap, so if Lunatic-Hai can play it as well as they did the first time around, then they very well could hold through this. Minute, 10 seconds left on the clock. Dala starting things off as he takes out Toby, looking for another kill, and the J-Hog is able to come up with it with the help from Quartermain. 3 kills picked up for Afreeca Freecs Red, and they are looking to end this right here, right now with this cap on the point.
That's looking okay so far. Taejun manages to delay for a little bit, but now the control meter building. Here comes Who Are You back in there again at the Dragon's Blade. Takes down Navi, looking for more. Still has a lot of health remaining, about half now, and Miro back in the fight again. Tracer removed from the equation, and Afreeca Red has not been successful here. There goes Lagerman. And yeah, the spawns being very well staggered yet again by Lunatic-Hai. Take this, running for his life. They're trying to body block him to keep him from jumping off.
This is so smart by Lunatic-Hai. He just wanted to go execute off the side of the map, but they completely lock him up. There's 20 seconds left. He won't be able to take place in this push.
This is so dirty. Oh, man. It hurts bad.
That was disgustingly good by Lunatic-Hai. Toby booping him back, just body blocking him in the middle of the corridor. That is crippling. Take this just now respawns. There's 10 seconds left on the clock.
Take this is going to have nightmares about that moment for weeks. Lunatic-Hai looking like they're going to be able to defend this easily. Last-ditch effort coming in, and they get to it just in time. Attune on the point to force overtime. Sound barrier immediately dropped by Lunatic-Hai, though, and Lagerman's going to take a nap as the Graviton Surge comes in.
They got J-Hung, though.
Yeah, they have. Attune, they're starting off okay. Man, if they can take it now, that'd be crazy. They've got 2 ticks on the control meter, and they're fighting back, though. Miro does take out the Lucha Quartermain, going down. It's a brawl on the point right now. Attune not surviving, and Lunatic-Hai with that self-destruct should be able to do it. There it is, and Lunatic-Hai holds. It was close at the end. Afreeca Red, it did not make it easy, but that's only 1 point that they come away with.
About 7 minutes on the clock, and Afreeca Freecs Red can't make it happen, Doa. And I mean, a big part of that was just shutting out Take This after popping that mech. Beautiful decision making, beautiful communication by Lunatic-Hai to all be on the same page. Body blocker and really stagger that respawn. That really helped cripple Afreeca Freecs. But you can see, even aside from that, it just seems like Afreeca Freecs are just getting outclassed by Lunatic-Hai.
We see people kind of play around with the mini diva and keep her from dying, keep her from respawning with her team. But that was another level, man. That was brutal.
I have never seen it as bad as that. I mean, sometimes you get the sleep dart hits her.
Yeah.
And then everybody just kind of like stands around, dances around for a little bit, and then you kill her. But actually running in front of her and body blocking her in that corridor, I have not seen that before, and that was just wonderful.
And so Lunatic-Hai moves on the offense now, and we're gonna probably see Jae-Hong, of course, on that Zenyatta. $5 on the Sombra would be very interesting. Maybe a way to possibly handle that Zenyatta if we see it come out. But Lunatic-Hai kind of playing around with their picks right now, I think. But I assume what we're going to see is the Genji Tracer again, and I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Jae-Hong on the Zenyatta, just because, again, you have that Orb of Harmony. You can keep people healed without needing the line of sight when you assault a point on a map like Volskaya.
I mean, it's 20 seconds left on the clock. Dala is committed into this Sombra.
Yeah.
So he's going to be looking to hack that first med kit, this 200 HP one, right off the bat so that his team can constantly pick this up. But this is such a risky move. I mean, this is match point. If Lunatic-Hai get the double cap, they win the set 3-0. So they are just putting all of their eggs into the Sombra basket.
Well, it's good. I mean, you can use the EMP as well to do things like remove the Lucio shield. And wow, he's getting in the back lines right away. Just slowing down Lunatic-Hai push as much as he possibly can. Can always go back and get that health pack. Because it is hacked, it'll come back faster. I'm really curious to see if this is going to work. I like it. It's unique.
I mean, like I said, it's just such a huge risk. If he gets picked off, I mean, that's pretty much all she wrote. Lunatic-Hai already coming in. They get 2 kills picked up. Dala is dead. You can expect he's going to be swapping off of that Sombra immediately. You can see a bit of a look of disappointment on his face, and that's going to be a really fast cap coming through for Lunatic-Hai.
I mean, conceptually, you can see how it has probably worked for them in scrims, but Lunatic-Hai just finding that Sombra and getting the pick way too fast for Afreeca to handle, and now it's going to be another 7 minutes. To be fair, Afreeca Red took point A about that speed as well. So now, Lunatic-Hai has just as much time to try to take that point too.
Yep, 7 minutes on the clock. They're already going to start pushing forward.
Yeah.
Still a ways away from getting any ultimates up other than that pulse bomb because they just took the first point so fast.
Yeah, having that Transcendence on the push is going to be super crucial there too. Whoa, Pulse Bomb used immediately for not much effect, but Who Are You has 2 kills already. They want to try to keep this momentum going. Gotta avoid the self-destruct there. Miro does go down just before that. And Afreeca Red trying to fight back.
This is wreaking havoc, trying to really just eliminate Lagerman. Oh, gets smacked.
Ouch. Some big muscles to get hit with. You're a skinny little ninja. And Who Are You? Has to back away.
Yeah, I mean,
Simba jumping off. There's the reset.
Dala coming back in. There we go. See, the Genji just makes too much sense for him because he's so good at playing the Genji that it kind of is just extra confusing that they would try the Sombra. Like you said, maybe it's something that they've run during their scrims that has paid off for them. But
I'm sure it's worked in scrims. I mean, you can really see what the plan was there, and it's not, you know, on paper, it's not a bad plan. But yeah, you can't lose to Sombra early if you want it to work.
Yeah.
So, Jaehong has the Transcendence. Obviously, it can be negated by a good biotic grenade from Navi, so you got to be a little bit careful with how you use it. But it's something that can help you take the point and survive the respawns, that's for sure.
Sure, right now, trying to get that 1v1 duel perhaps with Dala. He's going to get jumped on.
You got to watch out for that Diva.
Yeah, take this, runs into his face, but Miro, he's able to take out Dala. That's going to be a really crucial pickup for Lunatic-Hai as they try to push forward. Who Are You? Popping the Dragon Blade, the Transcendence comes through. Looks like there is a biotic grenade to try to deny some of the healing, but for the most part, they'll be okay. Take out Navi.
They're in the
Navi does
Graviton
go down
Surge right now, yeah. So they backed away from the self-destruct, but they ran right into the Graviton Surge from Lagerman, and that was the end of that attack for Lunatic-Hai. And now I think, yeah, Jaehong immediately switching onto the Ana. You know, use the Transcendence once, and if it doesn't get what you're looking for, Ana's a better pick to go with on point B here usually. But Afreeca Red, you know, very well thought out defense.
Yeah. No tick's going to come through for Lunatic-Hai.
Not yet.
So the hopes of them fully defending this second point
And Who Are You?
are alive.
Over on the McCree now.
Okay. Going to be swapping off of the Genji.
Yeah. Jaehong on the, or Taejun rather, on the Roadhog as well. So looking for those picks. And if you can make a pick on the Tracer, on the Ana, or something like that, really make it a lot easier for your team. But Who Are You? Nothing easy there as Attune gets a defensive kill for Afreeca Red.
Good fight. Just completely shut him out, and now you can see Miro too far forward, gets shoved back by Take This with the charge, and they get rid of him. So Reinhardt going to be eliminated. Delay him from coming back in for a considerable amount of time.
Man, you know, if this does end up being a 3-0, this is going to be an extremely close 3-0. Both of these teams, so far, looking very even up. Strategically, individual skill-wise, I would say. Afreeca Red, you know, maybe you could argue underperforming a little bit up until this point, but they're looking good here.
Taejun goes low, and that biotic grenade on him, so we'll get a bit of healing coming through from Who Are You?
Ty Dollar goes down, a little bit worrisome for Afreeca Red.
Self-destruct gets thrown out, blocked off by Miro.
Jaehong with the kill into Attune, too. Lunatic-Hai. I may have cast or cursed Afreeca Red there. Sorry, guys. Strong push so far from Lunatic-Hai. Oh, but there's a big Graviton Surge. 4 members.
But the shield is there for Miro. That's blocking him out immediately.
Yeah, no real follow-up from Afreeca Red.
He's going to a pick here as Taejun goes down. Graviton Surge thrown out by Zunba, but
nobody
doesn't catch anyone. That could be absolutely crucial here for Afreeca Freecs to bounce back and maintain this defense. You can see Lunatic-Hai, they managed to get the first tick, but not much else coming from it quite yet. All of the respawns have come through from Afreeca Freecs, and they're still holding on for dear life at the moment. Attack Visor coming up from Who Are You, trying to just get rid of Ty Dolla, but he's got that sound barrier. He has that projected barrier coming through, and that is going to be the soldier falling.
You know, one of the issues as we see Lunatic-Hai's push kind of get stuffed here, Ty Dollar finishing him off, is that Who Are You is being a little bit indecisive about his hero picks right now. We saw him try the McCree, now we saw him try the Soldier 76, now he's back on the Genji. So just a bit of unsurety from the Lunatic-Hai side on just how they want to approach this point too, and it's costing him a lot. I mean, Who Are You? It's tough to build ultimates that fast.
Yep. Oh, Ryo Jae-Hong finds the second shot onto Attune, clips him right before he can get around the corner. A nice pickup, but still not enough to push off of, but just showing a bit of style there.
Yeah. Going for it. Gets another one on the quarter main.
All right, maybe that's enough to push off of. Gonna have that.
Yeah, Ty
Throws out the salute.
He knows he won that one. Oh, going for it though.
Oh.
This was a sleep dart. It's a duel, man. Anna's a defensive threat, and he wins it. Jae-Hong, just a god on this Anna. Holy cow.
Absolutely just destroys 3 members by himself, and there we go.
Give
The
that
cap
man a
comes through.
nano boost. And that is it. Lunatic-Hai is going to take this one 3-0.
Good God. Jae-Hong coming up massively on that Anna right at the end. 3 separate kills, 2 of them on DPS, 1 of them on a healer. What a performance overall from Lunatic-Hai. I mean, Afreeca Freecs Red, you can really see the promise with this squad. They did give Lunatic-Hai a bit of a run for their money in this series. You have to say that that the King of the Hill maps, rather. There we go.
Yeah.
Collected my thoughts. King of the Hill maps probably something that they have to work on. Definitely flesh those out a little bit. Cause
You know, even that was still going all the way to the 3rd round. That may have been a 3-0 for Lunatic-Hai, but that was a very close 3-0, and it was only by, the slimmest of margins that Lunatic-Hai was able to take it.
good performance from both sides. Lunatic-Hai fans, you can hear them right there in the audience, and now you can really hear them now.
Yeah.
They have a lot to be happy about
Yep.
as the players go into the booths.
Well, it was the small things, right? I think it was an off day for Attune. He didn't look as dominant as we normally see him on things like the Tracer, on some of his other heroes. So it's tough to judge, really. I think Afreeca Red is still going to do pretty well. It's going to be a tough group, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.